All right, welcome team. Happy Friday and welcome back again. This week we're very excited because we released our new AI trading assistant Quinn. So today we wanted to go live again and show you how to use it, how to access it. For those who are interested in trying, you are going to be able to try it for free as well. So we want to show you that. We also have some new feature to update you on. So for example, once you create a free account now, you have the ability to access a preview of our data, which was not possible before. So you can access, for example, a preview of our data on indices and stocks, our data on futures, and our data on crypto. So simply by creating an account, you'll be able to land right here, and then you'll be able to see like a preview of the data. So you'll be able to access kind of like some of these models for free. You can do it on futures, you can do it on crypto. And then of course, some of the others will need to be using like a premium access, but you're going to be able to access some of this data. So you can kind of like get an idea of what is available for you, and you can also play around with the data. On top of that, you can also try Quinn for free. So by clicking here, you'll be able to access Quinn for free. You'll have a certain number of messages that you'll be able to use. So please, guys, I encourage everyone to create an account. To create an account, simply scan the QR code that you see here on the right, or simply go to mentorq.com/free. This will allow you to create an account in less than 30 seconds and then access all these tools available for you. On top of that, you can also access our guides, our academy, so you'll be able to access our videos and so on. So just come here, create a free account. Again, mentorq.com/free. Very, very easy. And then you'll be able to access Quinn and all of these tools that are now available within the dashboard. Let's go now onto my account and let's go into what Quinn is. So first of all, we can go back onto our chart and we can see that today was a very great day for the market. There was obviously some news this morning, and then of course we are now over our one-day max level. We're looking at yes, but if we look at the SPX or QQQ, we are basically in a very, very bullish day, very positive day for the market, right? So we're going to go back into the dashboard. We're going to look at some data, and then we're going to also use Quinn to help us analyze how this plays out and how I can do some research. So here we can see the levels. I can go back to the dashboard. I can click on Quinn, and I can start a new chat. And this is going to bring me right here. So for the purpose of the demonstration, we can use a dark mode or a light mode. I'm going to use a light mode so that everybody can read. I know we are in a small screen here. So what I want to start with is, let's say I'm a beginner and I want to learn how to use the data. Like I can ask really simple questions, complicated questions to Quinn, and this will become your assistant. Now, the question that we get is like, what is the difference between Quinn and ChatGPT, right? Why should I use Quinn and why not use ChatGPT instead? So that's a very, very fair question. So the answer to that is really that Quinn is leveraging knowledge and data that is proprietary to our team, is proprietary to our company, that is not available on the web and is not available publicly. So all our models are not available within ChatGPT. All our data is not available within ChatGPT, and all the knowledge that we put in Quinn is not available on the public. So again, our team is formed of investors, is formed of traders, is formed of people that work in the financial industry. So that's what we are creating Quinn. So let's start from the beginning. So let's say that we want to analyze some assets. So first thing, I would like to see your gamma levels on SPX. Very simple question, right? So we're going to start from here. We also have our data available, so we can go and overlay that on the chart as well. So this is, again, is not distracting you from your trading. Is going to add value to what you already do. So here we have our SPX. Here we have our gamma levels. I'm going to load in a second. And here we have Quinn, right? So here, first, Quinn is going to give us not only our gamma levels, but also an analysis. So again, by simply asking a simple question, we now have a very, very interesting analysis right here. We have our put support, we have our jacks level, we have our core resistance right there. And then we can see like patterns and proximity. So this is really simply describing the gamma levels. Now, I want to ask, can you show me the gamma exposure of SPX? Right, so now we're going into now our net jacks and net gamma exposure chart right here. This is what you see here. With Quinn now, not only you're going to be able to see the values, so this is one of the questions that a lot of people have asked us. I would really like to understand how much jacks is available there. So here we have a nice table. We also have our chart, which is this one, which is exactly the same chart that you see right here. So again, within Quinn, you have not only the data, you have the charts available at your disposal right there. You have the answer right here. And then, of course, we have the interpretation, right? So this is the analysis, key findings, distribution analysis, how much gamma do we have below our spot price, and basically a lot of really transition zones, dealers hedging, right? So again, simply by starting in the less than 5 minutes, we now have a lot of these tools and a lot of this research available for you. So now let's go into something more interesting. So let's say that we now want to see our score. So we see our Q score here, but what does it mean? Like, what does it mean when we have a 3, when we have a 4, when we have 2? So a lot of users might get confused and might not understand how to analyze this. So now we can go back into Quinn and say, I see you provide Q score. Can you show me what it means for SPX, right? So again, we're asking questions about our data. So what we see here is the Q score, which is the data that you see right here. And then we see the last 3 days of data, so you can see immediately how this has changed. So we have our momentum and options. So we have a bullish momentum and option score. Our volatility score suggests a moderate volatility. And then obviously we have kind of like a negative seasonality score that has been there for the last couple of days, right? So again, what does this mean? We have more analysis here. And then what I can also do is I can see, okay, can you show me the Q score option for SPX for the past 30 days, right? So it's important when we look at what's happening in the market to overlay what's the data today to what was the data in the past and how things have changed. So now we are getting very, very nice historical time series of this valuable data that we have in our dashboard, right? You would have had to go back in time 30 days to get that data, right? Copy paste, or maybe look at it, take a screenshot, and then put it into your AI or your system to be able to understand that. We also get our charts right here. We can see basically the historical chart, and then we can look at the history. So we're going back 30 days. So again, the option score from the past 30 days went from 0 to 4, right? So we had several periods where the score was a 0 in the last few weeks, right? And then this will give you kind of like an analysis, right? right there. So let's imagine that I now want to see, okay, I like this. Do you have a way to filter out stocks that have a high Q score, right? So what if I wanted to see assets that do have a very high Q score, and how can I do that, right? So I'm going to show you how you can do it through the dashboard, but also how can you use it through Quinn. So here, again, by simply asking one simple question, Quinn is now giving me a list of assets. So we're starting from Apple. We have a Q score of 5, Amazon, Neo, TLT, and so on. So let's go back into the dashboard, and where can we find this information? Well, we can find this information within our screeners. So if you guys are familiar, we have created different types of screeners. Let's start with our Q score screeners, and we're going to go at the highest option score screener right here. And as you can see, Apple, Amazon, Neo, TLT. So this is the data that you see right here on Quinn, right? So we see Apple, we see Amazon, we see Neo, and so on. So the question now is, okay, that's great. I now want to see stocks that showed the largest increase in option Q score, right? So now not only I want to see the stocks that are high on the Q score, but I also want to see the ones that have actually showed the largest increase, right? So again, we have a list right here. So we have American Airlines. The option Q score changed by 4 points, right? And then we have XLI, Pool, SPY, QQQ, and so on. So let's now go and dig into stock research. So now I have a nice list of stocks simply by typing a few prompts. So now I want to see, okay, can you show me an analysis on AAL? All right. So let's go and dig into American Airlines. And let's see what Quinn does. All right. So now we are looking at an analysis of Quinn of American Airlines. So as you can see, we're still retrieving news. We have our charts here. We see our momentum Q score, and then we have our answer. So the first thing is really understanding the Q score of the stock, understanding how it has changed over the past few days, and what does that mean, right? So we are in a moderately bullish momentum. We have a calm volatility, and the option score is kind of relatively bullish. We are now at 4, but we were at 0 yesterday. So again, how can we get this information via the dashboard? So there's a good question from Ron. Can you show us a demo before Quinn and now since we have Quinn? So things have not changed. We've added the capability of helping you understand the data. So the dashboard is still the same. So you can actually come to the dashboard here and you can actually open up American Airlines. We can see our scores right here. We can see them right here as well. So the data is the same. And then we can go over the different models. So the dashboard is still the same. We can see the different data set. We can see our swing models here. We can also look at the historical chart of our option score, right? Here we have our momentum score as well of American Airlines, which is the same chart right here. So we can see historical data very, very easy. What Quinn adds to that is context. So not only what does this data mean, but how can you overlay it with what's going on in the market, right? So now we have our Q score, we have our swing levels, So we can see our string models right here, which is what you have right there, exactly on the string trading model there. And then we can also look at market data directly into Quinn. So we have our end of day price, our latest change, our gamma exposure, and basically like we can see basically what's going on there, and we can also get access to our news, right? News summary, research report, and so on. And basically, the goal is really to show you how you can understand what's going on from the data. But you can keep going. So yes, I would like to see a gamma exposure analysis of American Airlines, and just keep going. So here we have our gamma exposure, and we can get all this analysis. So again, yes, you can come here and run the analysis there for you, right? You can see the net jacks, the multi-expiry net jacks, but then again, very important, Quinn has data, has context, and has the ability to describe what's going on for you. Then, of course, you can always combine this with data, so you can come here and add the levels to the chart, so you can see what happened here, right? You can see there's a lot of things going on. So again, we saw that the stock had an incredible change in score. Again, that coincides as well to what's happening to the stock. So most likely there was earnings, right? So that's what's driving this. But again, we started from a screener. We now have a full analysis of the stock. So let me pause here. Let me see if you have any questions. Very interesting question, Pedro. Yes, so futures are part of our platform. So we have futures here, we have futures levels, so we have all the data. What we are working on Quinn right now, it does support future already, but we are working on mapping of all the different contracts. So for example, the generics, all the different expirations. So we are working on a futures mapping that will allow you to then simply dig into the different contracts and be able to get results. But yes, Quinn does support futures as well. So yeah, so let me know, guys, if you have any question that you would like to ask Quinn, or if you wanted to go over that. But a good question from Pedro is actually, how can MenthorQ help futures trader, right? So let's say that I am a futures trader. Can you help me create a learning plan for the next week using the MenthorQ tools, right? So again, one of the questions that we always get is like, how can I get actionable on your platform, and what video should I watch first, right? So again, Quinn has access to all our knowledge base, our videos, our academy content, and basically is gonna suggest you basically some of the things that you should be looking for on a day-by-day basis. This will show you a link. So if we click on the link, you'll get access to our academy. This is going to be a course that we have. We also have a volatility analysis, and then you can also access our weekly live sessions. So very, very good. These are all the available sessions for premium and pro members. So again, Quinn built this together in a matter of like a few seconds, right? So, and then we can also go and run more like questions and ask more questions if you have questions on gamma levels, on core resistance, and so on, right? So the other thing is that is very important is learning, right? Learning is very key in MenthorQ, and learning is very key for you as a trader. So I want to learn about delta hedging. What documentation would you suggest? So we have about 500 plus different guides and documents. So again, going over all of them can be overwhelming, right? We understand that, but there's a lot of really great content on our website, and there's a lot of really great content on our academy. But again, you know, what do you want to learn? What do you need for you to be successful? So again, here are a list of resources that could be available to you on the topic of, again, delta hedging, right? So here you have our market makers and liquidity. This is a course that we have. Our option Greeks, this is also very important. Our advanced strategies with options, and of course, our gamma levels course, right? Can you explain why gamma levels are important for traders? And then you can keep going there. And all right, so again, this is very important. Again, we can start from a top-down approach or a bottom-up approach, and we can use Quinn to support our decisions. Quinn is also going to be able to explain the different charts. He's going to be able to help you read the data. Again, this is the beginning. This is the launch of Quinn. Quinn is going to have a lot of information, and basically we are going to keep adding a lot of tools to that. Yeah, Pedro, I think that your question is, I already kind of explained that. So the links to the articles are going to be a reference, but Quinn is also using, we've trained Quinn with our internal knowledge, with our internal documentation, with our internal things. So it's a little bit different from ChatGPT, yes. ChatGPT does not have access to the data that we use for Quinn. So that is the main difference, really, is really using our experience and our knowledge. Our videos, our academy, our knowledge base, our internal papers, our methodologies, all of that stuff is part of what we use to train Quinn. Let's see if we have more questions. Otherwise, yeah, what I would suggest, guys, if you want to try it out and you're new to MenthorQ, simply create an account. It's free, so you can access the platform for free. You can ask Quinn some questions. There's obviously a limitation of how many questions you can ask for free for a free account, but you can try it for free. And then, of course, we want to remind you that next week we're going to have a brand new schedule. We've added some sessions. So for premium and pro members, this is a schedule for like next week. So we're going to be live every day for 4, 5, 6 hours per day. European sessions starting in the morning, NASDAQ and NQ playbook. Then, of course, for our pro members, we're going to be live trading at 9:15 and at 3 p.m. During the power hour session. We're also going to have an SPX recap for premium and pro members at 2:30. And then we are introducing the Globex Open on Wednesdays and Thursday at 6 p.m. So for those who are in California and the US, or for those who are trading the Asia session, we're also going to have this session available for you. We're also going to have a promo for the launch of Quinn that will expire on the 28th. So simply go to our website or click on the QR code that you see here if you guys are interested in signing up or trying our service. All right. So I think I would really like to thank you guys for being with us. It's Friday. Market has been very volatile this morning, and next week we're going to have some really interesting things because we have earnings. We also have some really nice live sessions next week. So I want to share this with you as well. So if you come to our YouTube live section for next week, we're going to be live trading futures with Scott Pulcini on Tuesday. We're going to be live with Barry, which is one of our users and traders, on Wednesday. And then we're going to have a macro update with Vincent Deluard from StoneX for next week. And then, of course, we're going to have more session coming over. So thank you very much, guys. Have a great weekend and see you guys next week.